I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Hello everyone. Welcome back to V Squad TV. BTS's Taehyung is back in the global spotlight after shocking news emerged from France. The idol's name, V, has now been officially immortalized at one of the world's most iconic locations, the Palace of Versailles. This moment not only went viral on social media, but also made unique history in the realm of cultural preservation. Taehyung's fans, known as ARMY, are said to have directly contributed to a conservation program at Versailles. According to circulating information, the fans adopted a historic stone bench located in the Trianon Gardens. This adoption was carried out through a cultural preservation program that allows the public to help maintain elements of the historic site. What makes it even more interesting is that the stone bench is now associated with Taehyung's name. The area around the bench has even been marked with a marker called Taehyung's Corner. The nickname Taehyung's Corner immediately captured attention because it felt personal, warm, and meaningful. Amidst the splendor of Versailles, synonymous with royal history, a new imprint of modern pop culture has emerged. Versailles itself is no ordinary place. This palace, a relic of the era of King Louis XIV, is known as a symbol of the opulence of the French monarchy, as well as a center of European history, often referenced in books and films. Meanwhile, the Trianon is a quieter area than the main palace area. Many tourists visit it to enjoy the gardens, walking paths, and relaxing seating areas. In this context, the historic stone bench adopted by fans serves as a meeting point between the past and the present. From an artifact from the royal gardens, it has now transformed into a public space with a new story. Fans call this act a tangible form of dedication, not just digital support. They want to leave something that can be seen, touched, and visited by anyone in the world. Many armies consider the project a symbolic gift for Taehyung, especially since Taehyung is known for his artistic image, closely associated with classical nuances, art, and aesthetics. Taehyung's name attached to a corner of Versailles is also considered to align with the idol's character. He is often praised for his interest in photography, fine art, and elegant visual style. That's why, when news of Taehyung's corner emerged, many fans felt the moment felt very Taehyung. It was as if there was a serene space in a historic site that reflected his personality. This news then spread quickly through fan posts documenting the location. Some posts featured a corner of the park with a stone bench and a marker for the area, which was said to be related to the adoption project. The response was overwhelming. Comments were filled with pride, emotion, and disbelief that fandom support could reach the level of preserving a global site. On the other hand, the public also saw this as an interesting cultural phenomenon. Music fans now support their idols not only through streaming and album sales, but also through social and cultural contributions. In preservation programs like this, adoption usually involves donations allocated for the maintenance, restoration, or upkeep of a specific area. The goal is to preserve the historic site for future generations. This means that the Taehyung's Corner project is more than just a name on display. It's also about preserving cultural heritage in a place of international significance. Another significant achievement is Taehyung's status as the first international artist to be featured on the program. This is why many are calling it making new history. For ARMY, this label isn't just a matter of fandom pride, but proof that an artist's influence can transcend the entertainment industry. An idol's name can be found in a historical space previously associated with figures from the past. Interestingly, this public space is also said to function. Many fans have even started adding Taehyung's Corner to their travel bucket lists. For them, it's like a modern-day pilgrimage, visiting a place that holds symbolic traces of their idol. Many also hope that this location will be preserved so that it's not just a passing fad. If properly maintained, it could become a lasting story about how the global community helps preserve cultural heritage. This phenomenon also demonstrates a more mature and organized fandom. Projects like this typically require coordination, transparency of donations, and communication with management. Beyond that, this moment has opened up discussions about the relationship between pop culture and classical cultural institutions. Who would have thought that a space once synonymous with kings and nobles could now also contain the narratives of a new generation? Taehyung himself has long been known as one of the BTS members with cross-segment appeal. He is beloved for his distinctive voice, stage presence, and unique character. Beyond music, his reputation as a fashion icon is also strong. Many brands and style observers have cited Taehyung as a figure who can combine classic and modern elements in one look. Therefore, when his name was linked to Versailles, many considered it a natural match. Versailles is a classical symbol, while Taehyung represents modern pop with an artistic touch. If this news continues to be confirmed and reinforced by official documentation, the impact could be even greater, not only for fans, but also for tourism and global attention to the preservation program. Ultimately, Taehyung's Corner is an example of how fan love can be expressed in a more meaningful way. It goes from mere online support to contributions to historic public spaces. And for many, this is the true definition of making history. Taehyung's name is now not only on music charts and the world stage, but also in a quiet corner of Versailles that will be visited by generations. On social media, discussions about this project have also sparked curiosity among non-fans. Many have asked about the adoption process for the stone bench, how much the donation will cost, and what form the Versailles management will take to acknowledge the donors. Some netizens viewed this move as a smart strategy to combine fandom support with activities that have a real impact. Rather than simply creating a fleeting trend, contributions are directed at something the wider public, including tourists who don't even follow K-pop, can relate to. Meanwhile, armies in France reportedly helped disseminate information in a more structured manner. They shared location guides, routes to Trianon gardens, and visitor etiquette to ensure the area remains comfortable and well-maintained. Some fans also reminded visitors not to allow Taehyung's Corner to become a place that disrupts public order. They encouraged fellow visitors not to leave trash, not to damage park facilities, and to respect the rules of the historical site. Interestingly, several content creators have begun creating travel videos specifically to explore this corner. This type of fan tourism content is predicted to become increasingly popular, especially since Versailles is already a global tourist magnet with its strong visual appeal. From a visual perspective, this event reinforces the narrative that BTS and its members are not just a musical phenomenon, but also a cultural one. When an artist's name is linked to a preservation program at a site as prestigious as Versailles, it signifies a truly transnational and intergenerational reach. Many are now waiting to see if there will be a direct response from Taehyung or his agency regarding this news. If Taehyung even briefly touches on it, it's likely to garner even greater public attention, sparking a wave of visits and further news coverage. Whatever happens, this moment has already become a compelling story about how fandom can leave a mark on global history. Taehyung's Corner is now more than just a dot on the map, but a symbol of the intersection